Hey there from the universe. Okay, today we're gonna start getting into some serious stuff. We're getting into a little philosophy here. This is a print. Printed this out on my Epson 4880 printer. That size-wise, that's a 12 by 18 on a 13 by 19 sheet of paper. For those of you in the rest of the world who aren't in the United States, that's like A3 plus super something. I don't know. You know, I like the metric system, but the print paper sizes doesn't work for me. The European paper sizes. Because if I say to you 13 by 19 inches, okay, it's inches, that's fine. And if Europe wanted to go with the metric system on that, and it was like, you know, 29 centimeters by 78 centimeters or whatever it would be, that would be fine too, because that would give me an idea how big it is. But, you know, if I say to somebody, you know, A4, what does A4 mean? Anyway, so that's one thing you guys, I don't think, have really, I mean, maybe you get used to it, I don't know, but that's kind of goofy. So anyway, and you know what, it might not even be European, it may be like just paper printing sizes. I forget where that came from, but never mind, that's not what we're on about today. What we're on about today is landscape composition. Okay, and it's a difficult subject. We're trying to separate the signal from the noise. When we go out in the world, there's a lot of noise out there. You look around and you see stuff, and there's a lot of chaos out there. Okay? And what are we trying to do as landscape photographers? Let's get fundamental about this, okay? And all this is arguable. I mean, you know, we can have a discussion about this. This is just what I think. You might agree with me, you might not. That's fine. But for me, what I'm trying to do when I go out to take a landscape, you know, you compose a landscape image. So for me, that means separating the signal from the noise. And what's the signal? Well, the opposite of chaos is cosmos in Greek. Okay? So what I'm trying to do in a landscape photograph is trying to convey the order of the universe. That sounds pretty grandiose, and it is, but we're talking academically here, we're talking philosophically, right? Because a jumble of mess is not what we're trying to show. We're trying to demonstrate the order. I mean, as human beings, we're searching for order. I mean, the big struggle in the universe is order and chaos, cosmos and chaos, right? So we're trying to show the order in the world, in the universe. All right. I mean, we got to start at this fundamental level to make to figure out why our photographs are working or not working. Okay. So let's look at this photograph. I like to use the element approach. So I'm out walking around in nature looking for a landscape photograph, and something catches my eye. I see something that's an element that might be order. Okay. So we'll go through it, all right? So I'm walking around looking to take a landscape shot. I'm up here. Okay, I see this rock, okay, this rock formation, and I see some order there with the trees sticking up, right? Okay. Okay. Then I get like a nice, quiet, soft light on it. So what do I got going on here? Okay, now some photographers tell you it's all about the light. If you find good light, you can take a picture of anything, it'll be, okay, yeah, that's true. You really can't take a picture in bad light, right? But there's more to it than that. The light is one element, okay? The subject provides another element. So how many elements did I manage to capture in this photograph? Okay, well, this photograph, to me, kind of has like two strong elements and some supporting elements, okay? It's got the rock, which I think is interesting, okay? It's got the light, which was really good. It was soft, quiet, peaceful light. So the rock is arguably good or not in the water. And then the trees, and then the soft light. Okay, those are the strong things. The weak things are there's a lot of texture in here. And looking at this composition, it's off. It's heavier up here. It's kind of, I don't know. So this is a strong landscape photograph? Or yeah, it's all right. I mean, people look at it and go, it's okay, but it's not. It's got two elements, okay? And that's where we're at. So, okay. So what am I on about here? Okay, so there's a photograph with two elements that I traveled someplace really pretty to see. now, there's another photograph. Okay, so what's happening with this photograph? Well, what are our elements? We've got a streaky sky, and that was caused by it with a 10x neutral density filter, and that created all this streakiness. So that's an element, okay, and that's where you're imposing a technique into your landscape to capture something that you kind of see with the naked eye, kind of don't, but it captures the mood of the streaky dark sky from the wind and stuff. Okay, so that's how we captured that. That was a technique that provided us with an element. Okay, we've got the reflection in the water of the mountain and the symmetry of the subject. The mountain's strong, the reflection's strong. We put the rock under the water. So what do we got? There's an element of the rock under the water, there's an element of the reflection, there's an element. So we got three elements going on here. Okay? So with three elements, is this a stronger photograph than the last one? Yes. Is this a spectacular photograph? It's okay. It's good. I mean, people would look at this and go, yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, I think. I don't know. I like it. So that's three elements. Okay, and that's when you're walking around trying to make something, you're trying to take photographs, okay? So one day we're driving into Portland, and it's around sunset, and I've been driving for 5 hours, and I'm looking over my shoulder, and I'm seeing a thunderstorm and a rainbow. Okay, this is a smaller print here. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit on that. And I'm not showing you these pictures to demonstrate, to show you the quality of the picture. I'm just using them as tools here to teach. So I'm driving into Portland. It's late, you know, it's getting near sunset. We've had some rainy weather. It's been kind of a nasty day. I'm tired. I've been driving for 5 hours. I don't really want to do photography. And I'm looking over my shoulder, and I'm looking, and I'm getting a rainbow at sunset after a thunderstorm in the Columbia River Gorge. Okay? So I'm not even looking to take a photograph, and I've got a rainbow, one element, sunset, two elements, thunderstorms, three elements, Columbia River Gorge, four elements. So all I had to do was pop out here with a wide-angle lens, super wide-angle actually, and take the picture. I did this handheld. I didn't even set up my tripod, but I had to get a shot. I was so tired. I got 5 elements going on here because I used a super wide-angle lens. But you can't take, if you got 5 elements coming together, you can't take a bad photograph. And I wasn't even, I mean, I just took some snapshots here, and there's some spectacular photographs. And it's not a snapshot, obviously. I mean, I used a serious camera. But I was not in the mood to take pictures. You get 5 elements working in your direction, you can't take a bad landscape. I mean, so what's my point? My point is you're walking along, you see something, and you know what, this is going to be another part because I'm running out of time here. All right, well, that's part 1. Okay, we'll pick this up in part 2. Thanks. Edward's part.